Fast Mode. I'm Tara Neil, and with me today I have Martin Morgan, the VP of Marketing of Openet, as well as Tony Regan, the VP of Digital of Openet. So we are here today to discuss a couple of trends and outlook for the telecoms industry with focus on the BSS market. So Martin, APAC has its own share of new and emerging digital companies that have substantially shaken up the traditional marketplaces. So how have today's charging and billing solutions evolved to cater for this?
Thank you, Tara. The charging and billing market, the BSS market, has changed dramatically in the last couple of years. You know, people talk about open digital architecture, cloud natives, digital APIs, DevOps. These are not differentiators anymore. These are the basic tenets of any digital BSS solution. So this technology-driven approach is a given. What we're saying makes a difference is the approaches that the vendors take, and this approach has got to be best suited to the operator itself. So for example, it used to be that you bought a billing system, one size fits all. That's no longer the case. You know, look at the work that we've been doing with the likes of Globe Telecom in the Philippines. They're an operator with 90 million subscribers. They had an existing legacy billing system. We supplied our OCS, our charging system, as an adjunct to the legacy billing system, which meant that all real-time data goes through the Openet OCS. We can also do replacement systems. In some cases, operators are building new digital second brands. We work with our partners, for example, in Telkomsel. We supplied the policy and charging systems. We worked with our partner 6D, who supplied CRM and billing systems. And we put in an end-to-end digital OSS, digital BSS, from contract signature to live running in just 18 weeks, which is an indication of how much the market is changing and how much BSS systems have reacted to these market advances and these market changes.
Okay, great. So with all the data that's being consumed on mobile, providing contextual offers is seen as a powerful tool to ramp up operator revenues. So how do enhanced BSS systems enable this?
Thank you, Tara. It's important that operators look at the data that real-time BSS collects and how they can use this data to drive new revenues. A good example of this is contextual marketing. So operators can collect real-time data and use this for marketing purposes. It could be to upsell new content services, new value adds. A good example of that is someone is roaming. You recognise they are roaming, and most people, they would switch off mobile data. But what you can do is recognise this and sell them, for example, a day roaming pass for a couple of bucks, which is an extra revenue stream. It's a better customer experience. So, but that is only possible by collecting real-time data and using it for contextual marketing purposes. What we've seen is customers of Openet using real-time data to drive personalised contextual marketing. They've seen, for example, the uptake of offers increased by up to 28%, which is a significant improvement in their real-time marketing, and they've seen significant revenues as a result of this contextual marketing.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Thanks, Martin. So, Tony, hi. So, operators themselves are becoming dependent on the capabilities of their charging and billing solutions to enhance their business models. So, what's your take on this?
Yeah, so I think operators are evolving rapidly, and so too our customers, the end customers, be it the consumer side or the business enterprise side. From an operator perspective, if you look at what's happening in the market, be it digital transformation or 5G, and what's driving those change, that's from an Openet side and what we do in charging and policy. It's giving operators the ability to remove a lot of the legacy systems. So previously, in customers we're speaking to, they have a charging system for mobile, charging and billing system for for fixed line, for broadband, for prepaid, for postpaid, and so on and so forth. What we're doing and where we're getting asked by our customers is, can we converge all those services and access networks into one system? So that gives one source of truth, but it also introduces significant efficiencies in terms of cost and time to market to introduce new offers and to converge everything into one platform. From the customer side, what Openet offers is what Martin talked about, the real-time visibility and transparency into what they're doing. So not just in terms of the experience, but you can, as an operator, know what your customer is doing. So your offers that you provide to them can be very contextual and personal to what they're doing in that moment in time. Be it they're looking at a YouTube video and they run out of data. Well, you can offer them a snack. You can offer them a bunch of data just for continuing on that experience. So there's a lot of ways from a efficiencies, a cost efficiencies, but also a customer experience viewpoint that what Openet is doing in the context of charging is helping operators to grow their business, but also improve the customer experience.
Okay, great. So we are here in the DTA Asia, so we are taking a closer look at the APAC market, more specifically. So can you share some of Openet's recent wins in this market, as well as your plans ahead?
Yeah, so the most recent win is the launch of By You, which is the digital brand launched by Telkomsel in October this year. So By You is it's an app-centric digital mobile service that Telkomsel have launched to, if you like, become the digital innovator in the Indonesian market, to grow market share, but to also try and attract new customers, young people who basically live their whole digital life on their smartphone. So Telkomsel's launch of By You is a way of becoming or maintaining the relevancy of Telkomsel, but also growing market share in the region. So what Openet have done with our partners is deliver a BSS suite, fully end-to-end managed, to allow them to offer that service. And as Martin talked about, the time to market of 18 weeks to offer a prepaid service, fully digital, fully focused on an app, which is incredible. And I think the results are already there in terms of subscriber acquisition. Customer experience is very well received in the Indonesian market. So that's one of the key wins we've had, and we hope to build on that throughout the region. You know, APAC is very diverse. You have developing markets mixed with developed markets. The customer experience is changing rapidly. Digital here is very much prominent, particularly in countries where we are, like Malaysia and Singapore. And we hope to replicate some of the services we've delivered to Telkomsel, to other markets, to other customers in the region over the next 12, 18, 24 months.
Okay, great. Thanks, gentlemen, for giving us your time. I know it's a busy schedule that you have today. So that's all that we have from DTA Asia. Thank you.